Welcome to CalCast, your Create International podcast. Welcome to CalCast, episode 24. Welcome, CalCast fans, to another episode of CalCast, your Create International podcast, a podcast that tells you all about how media and the arts are being used for missions today. On this episode of CalCast, your Create International podcast, we're going to continue with our theme on Internet Evangelism being used to spread the gospel around the world, especially to unreached peoples. And today we're going to have someone come and share with us a little bit about something very exciting that's starting to happen as more and more people and ministries and churches are getting into using the internet for evangelizing the world. We now have what's called the Internet Evangelism Day. The Internet Evangelism Day is a day that all of the different people that are into using the internet can come together and can focus on using the internet for evangelism. So it's a way of rallying people together that are interested, and also it's a way of sharing with the rest of the body of Christ the tremendous potential that the internet affords to us to reach the world for Christ. So let's listen to this explanation about the Internet Evangelism Day, the Internet Evangelism Coalition, which CalCast and Create International are a part of, and also other exciting things that are coming up in the future.
In New Testament times, the Roman road system was strategic in God's plan because it enabled the spread of the gospel throughout the then known world. In the same way, the internet today is a worldwide network which can facilitate effective gospel communication. The mainstream internet has been with us for more than 10 years, and Christians have been quick to use it for communication with other Christians. But relatively few have found ways to effectively reach non-Christians online, yet the potential is enormous. So the Internet Evangelism Coalition, which is an umbrella group of major organisations involved in web ministry, has initiated a worldwide web awareness focus called Internet Evangelism Day, or IE Day for short. It's held each year in the spring. The Internet Evangelism Day website at internetevangelismday.com offers resources to Christians at two levels. First, it explains the nature of the web and the strategies we can use for evangelism. The site showcases examples of effective outreach sites, shares testimonies of people who found God on the internet, and tells the stories of Christians who use the web for outreach. And there's a page of tips on building church websites that can reach out into the community. One surprising aspect that the IE Day team emphasise is that web evangelism is for anyone, not just the technically gifted. There are many ways to share your faith online without any technical background at all, says IE Day coordinator Tony Whitaker. Second, the website offers a range of downloadable resources which churches can use to create their own Focus Day program. This might be as short as a 2-minute slot within a service, or as long as an hour seminar. These ready-made resources include a PowerPoint presentation, video clips, drama sketches, music, posters, handouts, discussion materials, and other ideas. Everything can be customized by the group using the material to fit their own needs. Video clips include 2 5-minute testimonies from young women, Christina and Christy, who found God online. If your church has a drama group, you can choose a drama script which illustrates web evangelism and effective communication. There's also evangelism challenge music to download in MP3 or sheet music form, ready to play or perform. All these resources are free, and there is absolutely no fundraising element to IE Day. It's purely an informational and envisioning resource. Many Christian leaders are suggesting that churches use these resources. I'm glad to commend Internet Evangelism Day, says elder statesman John Stott. I warmly commend this initiative to you. That's from John Smith, a director of the Evangelical Alliance in the UK. And Dr. James Kennedy of Evangelism Explosion says, "My hope is that every church would be involved in this Internet Evangelism Day." Churches who've already staged an IE Day are enthusiastic. A church in Australia said, "People were challenged and inspired. As a result, we'll review our church website, add evangelistic signature blocks to emails, and learn how to use bulletin boards and chat rooms for evangelism." And a church leader in California said, "I want to thank you for the free resources you've provided through your website. This is a huge help for small churches such as ours." Here's that website address again, internetevangelismday.com. It could be the start of an exciting adventure.
We want to remind all of our great faithful listeners to our podcast that we do have a website that has all kinds of fabulous prizes on it. It has gifts. It has all kinds of resources that you can get. It has hot links to other really good websites and other resources. And it also has our show notes for all of our episodes. So please do visit our website. We found that a number of our subscribers and listeners aren't actually going to our website and taking advantage of all these great resources. So please do. You'll find that website at www.created.podomatic.com. And you'll find on the left-hand side of the page all of our show notes and all of our episodes. And on each one of those, you're actually able to press a button and play and watch and listen to that particular episode. You're able to look at hot links that are on the show notes there. And you're also able to place a comment after you've listened to that podcast. So please do put comments on the website after you've listened to our podcast episodes. It really helps us and it helps others to know what that episode was like for them. Also on the right-hand side of the page, you'll find some hot links that you can just simply click on to send us an email. Our email address is created@podomatic.com, created@podomatic.com. And you can just simply on the right-hand side of the page, click that hot link, and it'll open up your email program, and you can send us an email. Also, there's a hot link for joining our mailing list. So if you're wanting to get all of our news and all of the latest information about our podcast episodes, you're able to actually just click that hot link and join our mailing list. Also, if you're in the U.S., you can make a phone call to us. It's a free phone call, and the phone number is area code 206-202-0584. And so you can just send us a voicemail, and we'll get back to you ASAP. Also, if you don't have that capability, you can actually just click a hot link that says record a comment. And then a little window will come up and allow you to actually record a comment or a message to us. And what we love to do is actually in our episodes play those recorded comments back to all of our viewers to listen to. And also any written emails will also read over our episodes so that others can be blessed by them. Also on the right-hand side of the page, a little bit lower, is called Embed This Podcast. And what that means is that you're actually able, say you have your own website or your MySpace or a Facebook or whatever it might be, or your own blog, you can actually get some coding when you click that button, and it will enable you to embed one of our players of our podcast right into your website. And so it'll just automatically show up with all of the podcasts that people can select, and a really attractive little player that people can take advantage of and play our episodes, our vidcasts or our audio casts right on there. And also right below that, we have subscribe to iTunes. And we always encourage people to use iTunes because it's such an easy, user-friendly podcast receiver. Sometimes we call this a podcast aggregator. And so there are several aggregators there that you can click on. Find your favorite one that you like to subscribe to podcasts, and you can just click it and subscribe to our podcast. And two of our favorite, and I think many people's favorite podcast aggregators or receivers are Juice and iTunes. Juice and iTunes, two different ones. iTunes probably the most common. And if you don't have that, you can download the software for that either for a PC or for a Macintosh at www.apple.com/iTunes. That's apple.com/iTunes. And you can download that, as I said before, for either a PC or a Macintosh. Doesn't matter. Also, another great aggregator for podcasts is Juice. And Juice can be gotten at this URL. It's a little bit more difficult. www.juicereceiver.sourceforge.net. That's juicereceiver.sourceforge.net. And you can download that for free as well. And it also works for either PCs or Macintosh. And finally, what we'd like to ask you to do is think about giving a donation to our podcast. This is done completely as a non-profit podcast. And so we'd love it if you could help us to continue with this by clicking on our PayPal donation and making a donation. It doesn't matter if it's $5, $10, or $500. It's all going to help us to continue this podcast and to continue giving really good quality content of exciting things that God's doing around the world. So we really would appreciate it if you would make a donation to this podcast so we can continue giving you these exciting content. Okay. And so thank you again, and please do remember to come to our website at created.podomatic.com.